Today I will be showing you how to make this quick one-pot meal. It serves 6 people, so feel free to enjoy it with others or enjoy throughout the week as a quick meal prep option. Altogether, the dish costs roughly around $20 and will be $3.33 per serving. Let's go ahead and get started. Here is everything you will need for the dish. I do want to mention this is how my family prepares the dish. I know when you're on a budget, prices play a big part in what to buy. If you cannot find a fair price on any of the meat mentioned, feel free to only use one of the meat products, or you can also use a meat substitute. I would just like to advise that you cook the meat substitute according to the package or according to your liking. Alright, first we will need to slice our chicken, shrimp, and sausage, as well as mince 1 yellow onion. The first step we need to do is slice our meats, which I've already went ahead and did. I sliced up 2 chicken breasts, as well as 1 pound of andouille sausage. And right here I do have a package of cooked shrimp defrosting, so they're already cooked. They just need to defrost, but I will be cooking them just a little bit so that way they're mixed in with the meats and seasoning later on. So after all of our meats have been sliced, the next thing we want to do is mince our yellow onion and 3 garlic cloves. Like I mentioned, if you don't have garlic cloves and you just have the minced garlic that comes prepared in a jar, feel free to use that according to the bottle. I do believe that 1 whole tablespoon equals 2 garlic cloves, so just be very cautious like I said. And make sure you keep each ingredient in a separate bowl and set aside so we can use it later on accordingly. Now that we have our meats and our vegetables sliced and minced, we can move on to preparing our mixture of seasonings. So for every seasoning that we have, we're just going to use 1 teaspoon of each, and then we're going to mix together thoroughly so that way it's all mixed together. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of oregano leaves, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. So in order to create the blend of spices, you just need a teaspoon and a small bowl. So after you've mixed each spice in, we're going to mix them all together thoroughly to create one mixture. And we use a blend of spices as opposed to salt-based products, so that way we can ensure the sodium levels that we intake are relatively low, but we're still maintaining great flavor. So I already went ahead and I added 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I turned my pan on to medium-high heat. This is getting prepared for the chicken breast that we're going to add in, and I did use olive oil as opposed to butter or regular vegetable oil just because it is less saturated in fat, meaning that olive oil is just easier for your body to break down. So I went ahead and I added my chicken. Just make sure you continuously stir and mix around as to avoid it sticking. And while the chicken is in here, we are also going to add in our mix of Cajun seasoning. Now that our chicken is cooked, we're going to go ahead and add in 1 pound of andouille sausage. And we'll also be adding in a pound of shrimp. And we're just going to continuously mix our meats until everything is coated in the seasoning. I went ahead and I moved the meat to a separate bowl because now we're going to cook our vegetables. So we want to add in 2 more tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and you want to keep most of the juices from the meat within the pot. You're going to add your minced garlic and your minced onions, and you're going to cook until softened, and that'll take about 5 minutes. So now that the vegetables have been reduced, we're going to add in 6 cups of milk. And we'll also be adding in 1 pound of penne pasta. And you just want to make sure that you continuously stir the pasta as to avoid it sticking to the bottom of your pot or pan. And this should take about 10 to 15 minutes. Now that the noodles have absorbed most of the milk, we're just going to slowly add back in most of our meat, and we're going to combine until it's thoroughly mixed. Now that we have added back in the meats, we're just going to give it a nice stir. After you've added back in your meats to your noodles, your dish is now ready to serve and enjoy.